The Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport has unveiled an ambitious plan to fuel Jamaica's growth everywhere. Focus is on transportation improvements, enhanced access to electricity and innovation. Here are some of the plans. The two main international airports are landing significant improvements.
For Montego Bay, the check-in hall expansion, immigration hall, pre-board screening expansion, car parks and roadways expansion, solar implementation expansion phase 3 with significantly increase and improve the airport's capacity and passenger experience. For Norman Manley Airport, spending $6 million on the runway overlay, and the runway extension is to be funded and implemented by PACAL. These works are now estimated to cost $60 million and are scheduled to commence in September 24 upon conclusion of the amended concession agreement.
Projects are also on the horizon to boost the local airlift capabilities and support tourism.
Vernon Field, a total of $34 million allocated in this budget year for acquisition at Vernon Field as a prerequisite to the implementation of the Vernon Field Light Upgrade Project. The Lionel Densham Airdrome is far advanced at the Ministry of Finance, has given its approval to pursue further development of a proposed $100 million Jamaican dollars to acquire and upgrade the Lionel Densham in St. Elizabeth. The acquisition by lease of the Holland Bamboo Airstrip is to be done to facilitate the reactivation of that airstrip. This will make possible airlift to local residents and tourism attractions in that area.
Jamaica's public transportation system is also seeing significant upgrades. Plans are in place to refurbish several decommissioned buses from the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC.
We have started with 8 Golden Dragon. That took us 3 months. That is, the manufacturers send personnel to Jamaica and refurbish. This is not you go to a garage and give a garage man. This is done by the manufacturer to make sure that we get a warranty or a guarantee of 2 years. The life cycle, the normal life cycle of a bus is between 12 and 15 years. For Jamaica and the way we operate, it is more like 7 to 10 years. So you are now going to pay, Mr. Speaker, between 25 and 30% of the cost of a new bus.
New buses are also on the cards.
Another 300 buses are being procured using our own money for the first time from the consolidated fund. This procurement will be done in 3 phases. Phase 1 is the purchase of 100 CNG buses, which are expected to arrive in Jamaica by July 2024 in time for the start of the new school year. Phase 2 is to initiate the procurement of an additional 100 CNG buses by the 3rd quarter of this financial year. The third 100 buses, which are already committed and blocked at the Ministry of Finance for funding, will be done next year for delivery 2026 and possibly earlier.
Public passenger vehicle PPV operators will be offered 16 routes currently underserved by the JUTC. 5 of these will be stage carriage routes operated under a sub-franchise for coasters and minibuses.
Operating through Halfway Tree and terminating in downtown Kingston. These routes will originate from Shortwood, Barbican, Doheny Park, Whitehall and Havendale, and Harbourview.
The remaining 11 routes will be offered to taxi operators throughout the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region. The Transport Authority is also reviewing the PPV license categories and plans to introduce a new VIP license category for the contract carriage sector. Amendments will be made to Section 61, Subsection 5 of the Road Traffic Amendment Regulations 2000. Also, a legal reform consultant has been engaged to review the Road Traffic Act of 2018, which was brought into force with the enactment of the regulations in February 2023.
It is important to point out that the rule of law on our roads must be adhered to, and there will be no watering down of this legislation. Every effort will be made to bring the remaining Provisions Act into force.
Plans are also in place to reintroduce an aged vehicle policy to assist the public passenger vehicle PPV operators retool and upgrade their fleet.
This policy will allow for existing PPV operators to import motor cars up to 10 years old and buses up to 20 years old for use in the PPV sector. In order to ensure that these vehicles are used for the intended purpose, a lien will be placed on them by the Trade Board. We will be working through that and making an announcement of the finer details in short order.
Meanwhile, financing is being sought for a transportation system for students in rural Jamaica, driven by the private sector with support from the Ministry of Education. Discussions are ongoing with the Ministry of Finance about the annual subsidy of $10.6 billion it is projected to need for rollout. The Spectrum Management Authority SMA has taken a significant step towards developing 5G technology by reallocating the 600 MHz spectrum for mobile broadband. This move will enhance wireless communications across the country, especially in rural areas, and generate significant revenue for the government. The ministry has completed a national electricity loss reduction plan with support from the Inter-American Development Bank IDB and USAID. The strategy outlines 10 key initiatives costing $74.5 million with projected benefits of $440 million over 10 years. Substantial progress has also been made in community electrification. House wiring has been completed for 2,403 houses in 19 communities. Procurement is underway for an additional 700 houses in the 2024-25 fiscal year.
In collaboration, the SRC will use the gamma ray treatments to enhance the production of two of our most sought-after produce, ginger and coffee, and the eradication of the West Indian fruit fly to bolster food security. The new ginger and coffee lines will be made resistant to and tolerant to the deadly pathogens that affect them, thereby refueling the niche markets of our world-renowned, highly valuable Jamaica ginger and coffee.
The Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport serves as a guiding light, leading the nation toward a future driven by state-of-the-art technology, sustainable energy solutions, and streamlined transportation networks.